Hey, James, when you first faced Navy as a defensive player in 2014, what were some of the challenges you faced when you went up against it, and how much could you actually prepare during the week leading up to that game versus kind of learning through your experience playing them?
Yeah, I think preparation's huge just to, get a look at it, and it's really tough, I mean, almost impossible to replicate how well Navy does it. So once getting into the game, it does take a little bit to, settle in and get a feel for how fast it really is. But other than that, I think it really comes down to preparation.
What was the single biggest challenge as I guess for you, a junior, but your first time facing a triple option offense?
Probably just eye discipline and the speed of everything. Like I said, it's hard to replicate how fast everything and all the options actually come to you. So being able to settle in after a series or two is important.
And I think last year might have been the first year you guys really focused on it in August with the swag team and everything. Mm-hmm. How much did that help versus the prior year?
Yeah, it helps. Any look or any little taste you can get to it of this offense is beneficial. So the more you do it, the better you're going to be at it.
Thanks.
James, we talked to Coach Kelly pretty extensively yesterday about some of the things that you guys do in preparation for playing Navy. He mentioned film study being really, really significant. Could you give us an idea what this week is like for you and the defensive players in terms of film study?
Yeah, so any extra time we're going to have will be focused on trying to continue to study this offense. And the coaches have done a great job so far of being able to pull their main runs and their main objectives and give us examples of that from previous years and film, comparing, the reps that we've done in practice to actual reps of them running it. So you can see how it's done and what corrections to make. Right. So yeah, the film study is going to be huge, and continuing to, look at that, it's going to be big.
And he also talked about, I brought up Coach Elliott to him and his work that he has, put in giving you guys a base defense to work out of. Can you talk about, I mean, not necessarily giving away what you do, but what that base is that you work out of?
Yeah, so how we defended them last year is, we thought we did a pretty good job. And again, it's an offense that is tough to stop, especially when you get them to third down and they're working for every single yard, and especially with the style they play, how tough they are, and like I said, working for every single yard. So we thought we did a pretty good job last year. Learned a lot from that game as well. So like I said, we're going back to last year's film and making adjustments on what we think we can do a little bit better this year, and yeah, like I said, trying to make those changes.
I think Greer replaced you at some point in the Navy game last year.
Jarrett Grace did.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, Jarrett. What weren't you doing? What have you learned since then?
Their fullback was like 280 pounds. He got the best of me on a play or two, and the coaches didn't really like it. So Jarrett's a big boy, and he took care of business. So
they do have a 255-pound fullback.
Yeah. So
now. Yeah,
that's fine.
So what do you enjoy about playing against Navy, and what do you hate about playing against Navy?
I like the fact that you can really zone in on what they're going to do, and depending on how much you really study and put time into this offense this week, can kind of align you for the amount of success you'll have in the game. The tough part about it is just you don't see this all year, and all of a sudden it's on you, and you just came from playing, a great offense in Miami to, a totally different offense in Navy. So that's the challenge of it, just trying to flip your mind and be very assignment-oriented.
And I'm sure this is probably more of a question for next week, but when you look at the schedule and you see Navy, Army back-to-back, I'm sure they don't run their offenses exactly the same, but there's enough of a core offense for you to benefit from that from 2 straight weeks?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Like I said, just having that mindset and being focused in on this style of play will be beneficial going back-to-back. Yeah.